Hello, everybody. Welcome in to North Tonawanda High School. Quick update here, Francis Beck. We're going to be on in a few moments. Before the game, North Tonawanda is going to do a special moment of silence for two members lost in their community, two former coaches, Fran Burke and Chuck Ramsey, who died this past week, both members of the NT Hall of Fame. So we will have that just in a few moments. So bear with us, about 5 minutes till kickoff. Stick around. Have a nice night.
6 Class A2 matchup between the visiting Amherst Tigers and your North Tonawanda Lumberjacks. Ladies and gentlemen, before tonight's game, I'd like to take a moment to recognize and acknowledge that the North Tonawanda Athletics community lost 2 iconic members over the past few days. On April 13th, Francis Frank Burke passed away at the age of 78. A member of the NCHS class of 1960, Burke then served in the United States Army for 3 years and earned the honor of serving as a Green Beret for the 5th Special Forces and a medic in Vietnam. Known by players and coaches as Fran, Mr. Burke returned to the Lumber City as a physical education teacher in the North Tonawanda City School District and was assistant coach for Lumberjacks football and worked alongside George Dravich and Dave Anastasi, among others, from 1968 to 1998. Burke was a familiar face for many NT summers as he supervised the Memorial Pool on Hay Avenue for many decades also. Burke then continued his career as a certified athletic trainer at the Asheville School from 2001 to 2015 and at the Price School from 2015 to 2017 in Asheville, North Carolina. Burke was inducted into the North Tonawanda Football Hall of Fame in 2013. On April 17th, Charles Chuck Ramsey passed away at the age of 95. A Twin Cities legend, Ramsey only played 1 season of NC football as a sophomore in 1942 under coach Norman Gogo. After serving in the United States Navy during World War II, Ramsey returned home and became an elementary art teacher in the Tonawanda City School District. From 1955 to 1965, Ramsey coached the JV Football Warriors to 10 consecutive undefeated seasons. Going by his quote, "It's all about the kids," Ramsey then coached the former Bishop Gibbons High School Vikings from 1966 until the school's final season in 1970 as the school closed in June 1971. Ramsey then returned to NT to coach his alma mater when he was handpicked by the great George Vedder as his successor at the sidelines for the 1971 season and stayed through the 1976 season. In 2016, Ramsey received the Bud Henry Award from the North Tonawanda Football Hall of Fame for his contributions to Twin Cities football and to the common good. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you now join us for a moment of silence to honor 2 of NT's finest sons, Fran Burke and Chuck Ramsey. Thank you. At this time, we ask all to join us as we honor him with the play of the Star Spangled Banner from the United States Military Bands, brought to you by our friends at Spotify.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to a little Monday Night Football here on WNY Athletics. As Francis Beck and I are live here at North Tonawanda, as we have the North Tonawanda Lumberjacks against the Amherst Tigers in the third game of the year for North Tonawanda. Let's go over their first two games as we have the coin toss coming up. They lost to at Williamsville South 36-15 in the first game. They're coming off a 38-14 loss to at South Park. So they're looking for their first win of the year. Amherst, they had a COVID pause last week. So, Francis, before we get into what happened with them, is they've only played one game due to that COVID pause. You know, they're looking to get going here because they've had 2 weeks off.
Yeah, they have, and everybody's right now itching to play football, especially these Tigers. And they're coming off a tough loss to Sweet Home, 21-7. They had to deal with a guy by the name of Tyrell Laws, who is very good at football. So they're looking to get their first win of the season tonight. And they have a lot of kids who I'm excited to see, starting with their running back, TJ McDuffie. Pull up his stats real quick. Yeah, sorry, Teddy McDuffie Jr. In that one game, he had 19 carries for 121 yards, including a 51-yard run. He's also scored a touchdown. And so they'll be looking to him to lead the way really on both sides of the football in this game against the Lumberjacks.
A couple of receiving 2 receptions for 35 yards for Garvis Gray. They had 7 for 83 overall. So, you know, the running game will be strong for Amherst today. North Tonawanda struggling a little bit on defense through their first 2 games, giving up 30-plus points. They're going to want a better, stronger defensive effort here tonight going against Amherst, who's had a couple weeks off. So, defensively, can they stop them in the running game? We're going to find out. It's only one game that, you know, the Amherst running back had a strong game. So let's find out what will happen, as it's going to be a strong running game versus a team, you know, struggling a little defensively against the run and giving up some points there, Francis.
Yeah, they're going to be looking for a big day from Wally Wisniewski, receiver. Had in their 2 games, has 12 catches, 259 yards, and 4 touchdowns. He will be key. Senior, known around these parts very well, very relied on today.
So welcome aboard. We're glad to have you today. We saw Lockport get their first win on Saturday afternoon against Niagara Wheatfield, and one of these 2 teams is going to get their first win in this COVID-shortened season. Monday Night Football. Francis, I'm excited to be with you once again. We're going to be together tomorrow night with West Seneca East playing East Aurora. Now, North Tonawanda will kick off the start, and kicking off will be Nick Chiandra. And we are on our way. It's going to be a pooch kick, almost a little bit onside kick, return at the 40 and tackled right away. So a little short kick trying to surprise Amherst a little bit, but Amherst was able to control it, and they will have their first possession of the game. A little surprise there, Francis.
Yeah, I think, NT, your home open, I believe it's their first game at home, just trying to, catch. Actually, they were home last week, but, trying to catch the Tigers off guard in a game when, the 2 teams are even. If you can get off to a quick start, that's a big help.
You never know. You need a little bit of bounce. They didn't get there, but always worth a shot. As we saw on Saturday, a lot of the kicks were short, and they were good returns. So Amherst will have their first possession of the game, and under center for them will be their quarterback, Nick Tabiri. Teddy McDuffie is in the backfield. Ball's at the 42, and here's the first possession of the game. Eric Freeman in motion. Hand off to McDuffie on the right side. Has a hole. Going to gain a couple over the 45 and falls forward to about the 47. So a strong run here for McDuffie in his first carry of the game.
Yeah, just good blocking up the right side for the Tigers, and McDuffie's able to take advantage.
Unfortunately, an injury 18 seconds into the game for North Tonawanda. We're going to try to get the number here. It looks like he might have gotten rolled up on. It's amazing, Francis, that doesn't happen more than it really should because of all the big bodies down there.
Yeah, sometimes you just kind of get caught the wrong way and something happens. Hopefully it's okay. He's going to be okay. Amherst, Nick Taberi, let's talk about him for a second.
Of course.
He didn't about hit for a second. 7 of 14 in their one game, 83 yards. He didn't have any touchdowns. Only 2 picks, but this kid doesn't have a lot of experience, so hopefully he had 2 weeks to work some stuff out, get on page with his receivers, and hopefully this passing offense will be a little bit better so they can help out McDuffie.
The injury, and they're going to bring out the cart, so this is disappointing and sad to see for the young man. 58, Vitaly Gargon. He's a junior. He's 5'8", 184. Plays outside line. He's an offensive lineman and a defensive lineman. Obviously, this position he's out there right now, so maybe a lower body injury, and it's sad to see. As we try to kill some time here, talking about Amherst because they're on offense. We talked about the 7 receptions for 83 yards. Their top receivers for those 7 catches was Gray. McDuffie had 2 for 32. Darian Frederick had 2 for 8. And then 1 catch for 8 yards for Trevor Tout. So obviously the running game will be big for them. Want to limit the turnovers. 2 is always, they always say 1 turnover is always too many. You got to protect the ball, and they're going to want to do that tonight. Probably expect more runs. So, Francis, let's take a quick 15-second timeout. When we come back, we'll get right back into the action 18 seconds in.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you calling the Wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
All right, welcome back. As the cart leaves the field, the Lumberjacks all going over to support their injured teammate. Hopefully it's not too serious, Francis. You never want to see anybody get hurt at any age.
Yeah, you know what? They had, part of it was the cart was right there at the 50, so it was an easy get, I'm sure, for the trainers, and they figured rather be safe than sorry.
So 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard run by McDuffie. Ball's at the 47 as we are back to live action. Freeman almost was in motion. He's going to stay. And there's another carry to McDuffie up the middle. And going to barge his way through, and that extra effort got a couple more yards. So he got way more than he needed, and it's a first down for Amherst.
Yeah, it's about 8 yards, and I think that was the same play as they ran just before, kind of in between the center and right guard. Hole was perfect, and he just went right through it.
Good job by the guards opening up enough space. I believe I could have run through that back in my day. Not anymore, of course. So they're at the 47 of NT on the first down, 46, I should say. So we've seen 2 carries, no passes. Here's a direct snap to McDuffie, and this time he's going to be wrapped right up. Great job by the Lumberjacks defensive line. They didn't get fooled by the Wildcat. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, Francis, but no more than that.
Yeah, that was Anthony Andolia. Leads the team right now with 15 total tackles all by himself, and you can see why. He sniffed out the play immediately, got right in the backfield. A big play for the Lumberjacks.
And so 2nd and 10, we saw a couple of those Wildcat plays on Saturday. Didn't see them really the first game that I was a part of, but let's see what they do here on 2nd and 10. They're going to do McDuffie, can hand it off, and finding some space is Trevor Tout. And Tout here, that was an interesting play. I've never really seen that on a Wildcat and the handoff to a player in motion, but it was a positive gain. He's going to get a couple, and it's going to bring up a more manageable 3rd down.
Yeah, sort of a counter sweep play because he didn't really go out to the outside. He kind of cut inside of the left tackle, but well drawn up by Coach Beckman. And it sets you up with some more yardage, and you take some pressure off McDuffie.
Yeah, first carry of the day for Tout on the trick play. So 3rd and 5 from the 41. Freeman in motion. Going to hand it off again to McDuffie. McDuffie fighting his way through once again up the middle. And based on the line mark, it's going to be a first down for Amherst.
Yeah, just using that pistol formation and just power, just a simple handoff up the middle. Again, attacking that right side. Amherst is having a lot of success running over there.
Yeah, all the runs were to the right side and mostly, in the middle of the right side. But that's a good sign if you can run on the interior line of them. Then maybe you start bouncing out if needed. But so a first down from the 35. Let's see, we got a stoppage here.
I think there might have been a clock issue.
And the clock is running again with 9:15 remaining. Still no score. Amherst first possession of the first quarter and of the game. Ball at the 35. McDuffie can get a direct snap again. trying to fight through the middle, but this time, great job by the Lumberjacks. They stuffed that one right out, and a good play. And that tackle would have been by number 12. There's no number 12. I believe Aiden Pless was in there, Francis.
Yeah, just I think that was their second best play on that Wildcat with McDuffie running right up the middle.
2nd and 7. So they got 3 yards on the play, but it was a really hard 3 yards. All runs here for Amherst. They only threw the ball 14 times last week with 2 of them interceptions. So once again, direct snap. This time going to hand it off once again to Trout. Trout trying to find some space to the left side, and he is tackled, wrapped up by number 33, Wally Wisniewski. And Wisniewski is the senior, and a great play by the 6'1 senior.
Yeah, Wally Wisniewski, as I mentioned during the pregame, very well known in these parts. 18 total tackles, leads the defense. He is going to he needs to have a fantastic game in order for NT to win this one.
Yeah, it's going to bring up a 3rd and 5. When will we see our first pass, Francis?
I mean,
it's going to come eventually. You know that, right?
It's going to come, and right now I think if you're Amherst, you hold off on it as long as you can.
Yeah, and they're using clock. That's the thing. Almost 4 minutes and 20 seconds here. McDuffie's going to take the handoff to the right side on the direct snap, trying to find some space. Bulls through, gets back a little bit to the line. It's close, but it's going to bring up a 4th down, and we have a flag, a late flag.
Looks like it was Aiden Ferry for NT making first contact in the backfield.
Yeah, and let's see what happens here with this call, because it was 4th and 5. Any type of call is going to give Amherst a first down, or will they get pushed back? Really late call. And Amherst they're going backwards here, so the call is on Amherst. Looks like a little unsportsmanlike.
You know, I did see some stuff going on at the end of a couple plays earlier. We didn't quite get it on camera, but some blocks that were going kind of off screen after the whistle. So I wonder if I didn't see anything personally, but I wonder if something was heard or something was seen finally, and that was a way of curbing some of that extracurricular activity.
Yeah, and that's going to push them back to about the 44. And they're going to replay the down. So a long 3rd down again here. It's, what did I say, 4th and 19. 4th down and 19, they're going to punt it. That's right. 4th down 19, here's the punt. This one's going to go into the end zone. So a good punt, but no bounce here for Amherst, and it was a solid punt by number 51, Bu Haubel. So Amherst's first possession, they get stalled. North Tonawanda is going to have their first possession when we come back here in WNY Athletics.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to North Tonawanda High School. Francis Beck and Joe Daniel here. Pleasure to be with you here on this Monday night for some Section 6 football. On a rare Monday night game, but due to COVID, we're playing it every night, it looks like, Francis.
Yeah,
we got a game tomorrow night, too.
We have a game tomorrow night.
But this is still week 3. So North Tonawanda's first possession of the game.
Oh, yeah, that's right, 3-3. I'm still. It's going to be hard to keep track of this. Luckily, it's only 5-week season. So.
Yeah, 5-week season, enough to knock the rust off. Ball's at the 20. Here's a handoff up the middle. Good run, about 4 yards. So good job by the offensive line by North Tonawanda. It was a quick handoff from Emmanuel Patterson.
Yeah, NT, of course, running their famous triple option. Everybody who's followed high school football knows about it. And that time they went with the fullback, and we'll see how they keep up with the options.
Yeah, well, I'm new to high school football, so I didn't know about this, sir. But I do now. So it looks like we're going to be seeing some triple options tonight, which is great. I know Navy, I believe, runs it a lot. So it's going to be 2nd and 7 after a gain of 3. There's another handoff up the middle and falling forward. And going to gain some positive yards. So back-to-back runs and some good runs by North Tonawanda, and it's going to bring up a shorter 3rd down.
Yeah, it's Francis, Jason Francis, their leading rusher this season, going up the middle. I can pull it up. According to our stat sheet, he has 33 yards and 12 carries. so far this season.
3rd and 4 from the 26. With 5:50 remaining here in this first quarter. So a manageable 3rd down here, deep in their territory, around the 26. There's another handoff to the left side, and it's going to be close to a first down.
Now the ref closest to us looks like he's going to give it to him, and I guess they are.
Yeah, it was close. A good
Or I
run.
should say the linesman closest was the one on the far side was a little bit short, but I guess they're going to give him the first down.
Yeah, so 3 runs, going to get them 11 yards. So they needed every one of those yards to get a first down, but they did it, and that's going to get their first down of the game.
The NT's quarterback is Nash Reiselman. He had 20. Let's see what he had. He was 19 of 31, 310 yards last week. Only a sophomore, by the way, but he did get some playing time at quarterback last year in the varsity.
Reiselman, back to pass. Going deep. That ball's a floater. It's hanging and almost picked off. Great job by DeVary Gray knocking it away as Wally Wisniewski was going up for it.
Actually, I think that was Wisniewski who kind of had to be the defensive back and knock it away because that ball was just a little bit short. And Wisniewski did a great job knocking that away and saving a turnover for his team.
You're right. It was tough to tell because they were both going for it, and it looked one way, but you make the call at home when you're watching. It was tough to see which one was trying to bat that one away. Interesting play in the first pass of the game for North Tonawanda. It goes incomplete, but it was a dangerous throw as that one was almost picked off by Gray. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 10 from the 31. In motion was Plus. Here's a handoff up the middle and fighting through it for a couple yards. Let's see who gets up out of the big pile. Number 42 with the carry, Sam Heim. So as you talked about, Francis, with that triple option, it's been a lot of quick handoffs to the fullbacks. Nothing really taking a lot of time in that backfield.
Yeah, they haven't gone to the outside yet, so they're clearly like Reiselman clearly likes what's coming up the middle in terms of his blocking, but we'll see eventually he's going to pull it out and either keep it or toss it over to one of his backs on the outside. Amherst has to be prepared for it.
3rd and 7 from the 34. Reiselman's going to pitch it to the right side and trying to find some space, and he's going to get stopped right at the line.
Yeah, we hit that
It
was
was number 12, and the thing is we don't have a number 12.
Yeah, we'll find out.
We have to find out who that is. But number 12, nonetheless, it did make the run. He did get stopped for no gain, so it's going to bring up a 4th down on the trick play, the pitch forward. It's going to lose 2 yards. So 4th and 9, and Francis is going to go find out who number 12 is because we believe we're going to see him more tonight. Dennis Johnson on that carry there. So here comes the punt for North Tonawanda. So they're going to be forced to punt with 3:20 remaining here in this first quarter. There's a punt. It's a solid punt by Sciandra. Going to bounce and going to roll into about the 39, closer to the 40. So a decent punt here for North Tonawanda. Amherst is going to get the ball back for their second possession of the first quarter. 3:05 remaining. 0-0. It's the Tigers and the Lumberjacks here on WNY Athletics.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you calling the Wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
So a quick commercial break, and we are back. So Francis, as the Amherst Tigers here, second possession, what would you like to see them do differently as they stopped a little bit short of getting a touchdown. They moved the ball, but the Lumberjacks really did play some good defense near the end of that drive as a handoff up the middle to McDuffie, and he's going to fall forward for about 4.
Yeah, McDuffie's been able to run up the middle. Now we see him the left side as well. It was mostly in the right side in the first drive. But I think the big thing is they need to figure out how to get their running game on the outside, get McDuffie to turn the corner, and get their passing game going. Obviously, we haven't seen a pass from them But if Amherst is only going to run up the middle of this game, NT will take that any day. They'll just load up the box and stay inside. So Amherst is going to have to figure out how to make their offense much bigger.
So 2nd and 5. Another direct snap to McDuffie. McDuffie's going to get a first down this time, falls forward just about to the 47. So we're looking at about an 8-yard run there. Another good run by McDuffie. He's really got some strong legs, and then he's falling forward. So he's had many more successful runs than he hasn't.
Yeah, that was sort of off tackle on the right side. You see number 10 was also putting his hands out in the Wildcat. Wonder if they're going to have a snap to him going the other way.
Yeah, and it was an 8-yard run as the ball's at the 47. Can't wait to see McDuffie's stats here in this first half. McDuffie's going to run to the right. Throws it, and incomplete. That one was short. In coverage was Wally Wisniewski, but that one never had a chance as North Tonawanda was all over, kind of expecting that once he ran right, because this is the first time they ran that play, and they went all the way out to the outside of the tackles.
Yeah, NT had that pretty well covered up for Amherst's first pass, and especially out of that formation where you have McDuffie is not their regular quarterback, or is not a regular quarterback, but they have that well covered up, and now Amherst is faced with a second down.
Yeah, I'm impressed of how much that the Amherst Tigers are in the Wildcat here. So McDuffie going to run left, hands it off, and finding some space was Trevor Tout. So Tout got the carry there. He's going to gain a few yards, bring up a little bit more manageable third down. So we've seen some trick plays from both teams, something that you don't normally see.
Yeah, a lot of inside handoffs. It's kind of mimicking in a way the NT offense, the triple option with the a lot of inside handoffs, and of course that's easy for NT to defend because they defended in practice. So we'll see what other variations Amherst has to have in their playbook that they're going to throw out.
3rd and 8, 2-yard gains. The ball's at the 45. Kadiri going to roll right, fires it, and that one's incomplete. So back-to-back passes, one from the running back and one from the quarterback, both incomplete. Great coverage by the North Tonawanda secondary, as that one never had a chance.
Yeah, again, that NT defense, defense doing a great job in coverage, and now they're going to get the ball back.
So they're going to punt. We didn't see many punts on Saturday, but we're going to see a couple here tonight already. So they're going to punt from the 45. The last punt that the Amherst Tigers did, that one went into the end zone. But if he would have gotten a better bounce on that, Francis, the ball would have been inside the 5. All right, quick timeout. When we come back, Amherst will punt. 1:06 remaining. We're still waiting for our first points of the game. Francis Beck, Joe Daniel for WNY Athletics.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Welcome back to North Tonawanda High School on a very nice April night. Probably still in the low 50s, Francis, but I'm a little worried about tomorrow night. Tomorrow night might be a little bit more of a fall night when we're out at West Seneca East here for one of the final nights of this week 3 schedule here. But you can't ask for better weather tonight for both teams, and looks like we got a good crowd of parents and some beautiful weather tonight.
Yeah, we do. And one game I'm excited about come down in a half hour on our WNY Athletics Facebook, YouTube, Periscope. It's going to be Western New York Maritime Charter against St. Francis. Everybody's always clamoring for private-public clashes, and we're going to get a good one tonight with those two going off in Ethanol Springs.
Well, I'm glad you brought it up because I actually graduated from St. Francis in 2008, and I'm clamoring to do a game because I went there. But that's going to be a great game. Canisius and St. Francis was one of the number one watch game of WNY Athletics, and we're already in week 3. So I'm hoping that tonight's game matches or exceeds that because that's going to be a great matchup, a game, like Francis said, you don't normally see, and that will be live here tonight. Here's a good punt, and that's going to roll down inside the 10. Another solid punt. by Amherst.
Well, you know who Hobbiel is, right? You know who his older brother is.
I don't. I never bet him.
He's the kicker at Ohio State.
Is he really?
Yeah. Went on to the national. I don't think he was able to play in the national championship, but yeah, he knows how to kick. You know, he kicked here for Canisius a couple of years ago. So kicking is in that family.
You know, it's funny. There's a couple guys that stay next door. They're draft eligible, and I've got a kicker, a punter, and a long snapper stay next, and they're all draftable. So I'm gonna learn some kicking things from them. So we're at 59 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Tonawanda's got the ball at the 10, first down. And under center is Rieselman. Rieselman's going to do a quick handoff up the middle and couple yards. Looking at about maybe 3 yards, Francis, so not much as we approach the end of the first quarter.
Well, this game I feel like is going to come down to field position. And right now Amherst is winning that field position battle after that great punt. So if Amherst is able to come up with a stop, especially a 3-and-out, and you have a chance you get a good return on a punt, Amherst could create their own momentum in the next few minutes.
And they did give him 4, so he got an extra yard. So 2nd and 6 here as we approach 20 seconds remaining here in the scoreless first quarter. Rieselman this time is not under center. Shotgun formation with the running back there. Here's a direct handoff up the middle to the fullback. Quickly wrapped up. Maybe gained a couple. And that's the end of the first quarter. So 0-0 is the score. Kind of expected this, Francis, because of Amherst. You know, they only had 7 points in their first game. North Tonawanda doesn't score a lot of points. So I think we're in for a defensive battle, maybe a 3-0 game. But if you liked points, that was the Lockport game on Saturday. If you love defense, we've got that for you tonight here in WNY Athletics. We'll be right back for the start of the second quarter in just 1 minute.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you calling the Wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to North Tonawanda High School for the Section 6 football. Francis, what were your thoughts on that first quarter?
Well, as you can see, it's two teams who love to run the ball, but clearly struggle to move it, and they don't have much of an offense besides running it. So it's going to come down, I think, as I just said before the break, to field position and which offensive line can get a better push for the next 3 quarters.
Were you surprised that we did see 3 passes and 2 of them came from the running back McDuffie of Amherst?
I was a little surprised. I would have thought Amherst would have stayed in that more pistol traditional set a little more, but they clearly are. They feel the most comfortable in that Wildcat formation. You know, I don't blame them. It's McDuffie is their best player by far, and you're putting it in his hands to make a play.
And truly, they did with that Wildcat. It's all up to McDuffie on that type of play to make something of it. Now, 3rd and 5, deep in the territory of North Tonawanda, as we're just about ready to start this second quarter. As the ball's on the 15, ref just setting everything up with the line judge. And we get the signal, and we have the go from the ref to start the second quarter. Here's a throw to the left at the 15 down to the 17. That one was caught by Johnson. So a quick throw out to the flat, and Johnson makes something of it.
And that's the type of thing I think NT is going to need to do is get the ball on the outside. Now you see some tempo from the Lumberjacks on this 4th down.
And they're going to go for it, folks. 4th and 1 from their own 19. A big play here early in the second quarter. And Rasmussen trying to get it forward, and based on the line mark of the ref, he has it. So he got more than enough. He got 2, and it's first down. And a dangerous play, but a gutsy play. They needed to get their offense going, and North Tonawanda gets the first down.
Well, Coach Rick Tom has been around for a long time, and he's done his fair share of gutsy plays, and he made another one there.
Yeah, they are gutsy. You know, we saw Lockport and Niagara Refill try to make some 4th down and 1s with the quarterback sneaks, and they failed. But that one was positive, gain 2. 1st and 10 from the 21 early in this second quarter. In the backfield is Eden Ferry with Rislesman under center. Another pitch to the left side. Nice move by the receiver. Fumbled the ball as Wisniewski had it, but I believe it went out of bounds. They're going to mark it where it went out of bounds. But another throw, so we've seen a couple throws here on this drive by Rislesman, but Wisniewski nearly cost them.
Yeah, yeah, that could have been really bad for the Lumberjacks. They're very lucky that ball went out of bounds.
So 2nd and 5 from the 27. Rislesman, the sophomore quarterback, changing the play. A lot of offensive linemen down there for North Tonawanda. They're going to hang it off the Ferry again. I'm sorry, this time was the 42, Heim. Heim's going to get a couple of yards. Going to bring up a very manageable 3rd down. Are they going to give it to him? Let's see.
It's going to be awfully close.
It was very close.
It's a 3rd down.
It's 3rd down, so I was right. Look at that.
Yeah, and that's a 3rd down you'll take every time if you're North Tonawanda.
Yeah, he gained 4 off the run by Sam Heim, the sophomore running back, 5'8", 180. Used all of his muscle and weight to bury in there at 4 yards. 3rd and 1 from the 30. Another run coming, Francis. This time a quarterback's going to take it, and he's going to get the 1st down. Solid run. He's going to pick up at least 4 yards on the QB sneak.
This is a very, very big drive by NT because they were down inside their 10, and now they've moved almost to the 35. So even if this does stall out, at least they're able to get, in terms of their defense coming up, if that's what it happens, they won't be in such tough field position.
It was a 4-yard quarterback sneak on a 3rd and 1 where this drive could have ended at the 19. A gutsy call, and they're moving here. Let's see if they can get into the Amherst Tigers territory. 9:15, we've seen a lot of runs tonight. We expect that to continue, but North Tonawanda did have a couple passes here. They were complete for positive gains. Rislesman's in, fumbles the ball. The ball's behind him, and it's loose, and it's picked up. Oh, no, it was picked up by McDuffie. He had it, and I believe North Tonawanda got the ball back. Oh, my goodness, McDuffie had it. But sometimes, Francis, when that ball is bouncing, it can easily get out of your grasp. What a break for North Tonawanda, which could have been a killer as Amherst had the ball in their hands.
Yeah, I think that snap came out a little hot, and then you had a player motioning for the Lumberjacks, so it couldn't be held on to. Luckily, the Lumberjacks get the ball back, or Amherst would have had prime field position.
Folks, that's a 15-yard loss on the loose ball fumble. It was a fumble as the ball went through his hands. So that's going to bring up a long 2nd and 24. Here's a handoff to the right. Nope, he still has it. Is a catch. Oh, and a nice catch by Aiden Plus. I thought he had handed it off, but he fooled everyone and me. So Plus gets most of that yards back on that 2nd down. So a great call. And just like that, North Tonawanda is back into a more manageable play here.
And they're going to speed things up as well.
So 3rd and 9 after the 16-yard catch by Plus. On the fake handoff.
Looked like they were going to go through no huddle, but
yeah, they're going
to like Riceland's going to change the play at the line.
Well, this is a big play here, Francis. 3rd and 9, you just had a successful 16-yard play.
This is going to be some kind of trick play.
Yeah,
I think Riceland had his hands. Yeah, there was some kind of miscommunication or something because Riceland put his hands below the guard, not his hands below the guard, like he was going to take the snap from him. So I don't know if they were going to try a snap to somebody else or just a miscommunication. Either way, the Lumberjacks have to take a timeout. As you said, it's an important 3rd down.
So after the 16-yard play, I mean, this could have been a killer here. 2nd and 24. You've had 2 passes that were more of a screen play, short pass. That was the longest pass we've seen all day, and that couldn't have come at a better time.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you almost lost the ball, gave the Tigers the ball practically inside the 15, but, come up with a big pass play, you get yourself somewhat manageable 3rd down.
So 3rd and 9, obviously I think they'd like the 9 yards to get the 1st down, but if anything, I think based on what we've seen, I mean, they went for it in 4th and 1 from the 19. If they get close, if it's 4th and 2 or shorter, I think they're going for it based on where the ball would be because it would be near the 44.
Yeah, and you know what? If you trust your defense, they have been able to stop this Amherst offense pretty well. So if you trust your defense here, I would roll the dice if you're Rick Tom.
And plus, if they don't get the first down and they do punt it, they've, every yard matters. We talk about field position, that 8 yards going to make a difference in that punt. So let's see what they do here on 3rd and 9. Man coverage. One wide receiver on top of the screen, 2 on the bottom. Rasmus in shotgun formation. And we got some movement on the line. Amherst is clapping like it's on North Tonawanda, and I believe it was. I believe the tackle moved.
Yeah,
false start. So that's going to back them up 5 yards. So 3rd and 14. And the ball's going to be at the 30.
That was the last thing you wanted if you're the Lumberjacks. Looked like you're already in a spread play. At least you're going to stay in that spread play. You're going to have your quarterback to throw it deep. He hasn't done he only did it with that one play, and it was almost intercepted.
And we saw a lot of turnovers in that second half on Saturday. We've seen none tonight, so it's been a clean football game. And from a penalty aspect, too, not many in that sense. So 3rd and 14 for 30. Back the pass and hit as he threw. And Amherst got in there right away was Emmanuel Patterson. So they blitzed the corner on the 3rd down and long, and it was successful, and it's going to bring up 4th and 14. And North Tonawanda is going to be forced to punt as they weren't able to get any yards to make it even worth the while here. So they didn't really flip the field position as Amherst is, standing back at the 40 as Trevor Tout, if it's anywhere short, I believe he's going to, have a good return here.
Yeah, Patterson, great job blitzing off the edge, timed it perfectly, and affected that throw.
So here's the kick. It's short. It's really short. This one's going to bounce at the 45 and about the 47. So we're looking at about a 17-yard punt. It just never left his foot well as that punt was by Sciandra. So great field position here for Amherst. Folks, 7:56 remaining in the second quarter. The score is 0-0. We'll be right back here for the next possession for Amherst.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
All right, welcome back here to Section 6 football on WNY Athletics. We're live on Twitter, we're live on Facebook, live on the page for Monday Night Football here in North Tonawanda. So ball's at the 49 after the 19-yard punt by North Tonawanda. Here's the handoff to McDuffie in the right side, trying to find some space, fighting through it. And he's going to get close to the 45, maybe the 46. So looking at about a 3-yard gain. So a good tackling here by North Tonawanda.
Any of you out there, nickname McDuffie sounds familiar to you. You're not going crazy. He is part of the one of the royal families of high school football, the McDuffie family, including Isaiah and Steve over at Bennett. Then you have Dylan McDuffie, who played, of course, for Sweet Home and St. Francis. And, of course, Isaiah, less than 2 weeks away from the NFL draft. We'll see if he's able to make it to the next level.
2nd and 7 was a 3-yard gain. Direct snap to McDuffie again on the right side, trying to power through. And that extra effort's going to get him close, maybe about 2 yards short, about a 5-yard gain. Francis, look at you with the name drops. I dropped Isaiah McKenzie on Saturday. You're dropping high school royalty football here.
Well, yeah, that's a big name, and who knows what could happen. Maybe he could find his way to New Era Field this year. That would be a great story.
Highmark Stadium.
Yeah, Highmarks. Oh, Highmarks.
I think it's a little bit longer than that, but it's going by Highmark Stadium.
Highmark Stadium, not Hallmark Stadium. Although I'm sure a lot of people are going to make that mistake.
Yes. If it was Hallmark, you'd have to get a green card to go to a game. So 3rd and 1, it was a 6-yard run. Ball's at the 40, 6:25 remaining. And Amherst is moving the ball. They had a great chance the first drive. They didn't score. They got stopped around the 30. This time they're at the 40. Can they pop it in for a touchdown? We're going to find out. Another direct handoff. McDuffie got hit. It's as close. We're talking, it's either a first down or maybe an inch or two. I believe it's going to be an inch short. So this is going to bring up, I believe, fourth down, but let's see what this call is going to be.
Yeah, it looked like the tight end was a little confused by what the play was and kind of ran into McDuffie, slowing him down a bit. Luckily, as you said, McDuffie kind of knocked him down and still got positive yardage, but it looked like it cost him the first down, and now the Tigers will have to go for it on 4th and short.
Yeah, so it's going to be 4th and 1. I thought he gained a little bit more than they're going to give him, but nonetheless, this is what the call. So 4th and 1, and Amherst, who just had a great chance to pick up a first down, they're now be threatening to be stopped on this drive. Direct snap, and McDuffie's got the first down and more, powers his way through to the 35. So a nice 4th and 1 is going to get about 5 yards.
Again, McDuffie up the middle again, the right side of the line, center, right guard, and just blocked enough to give him some space. And then he got about 2 yards in the blocking, and then maybe 3 extra just with his legs carrying guys.
Great. Well, it hits his legs too, but good push from that offensive line. So we do have a timeout for Amherst. They just picked up a first down. It's 1st and 10 from the 35. 5:17 remaining, second quarter, 0-0 here on WNY Athletics.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you calling the Wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today. Call 835-WOLF.
So 1st down and 10 from the 35. Francis Beck and Joe Daniel, pleasure to have you with us tonight, wherever you're listening. Just so you know, and Francis, I realize this because I do check in with the games to see, where we're at, what the field looks like, who's playing, who's calling the game. But the one thing I notice is if you've got Google Chromecast on your phone, you can actually sync it from your phone or your iPad to your TV, and we could be on the big screen.
Yeah, I've done that a few times, and Frank and John were calling O'Hara time, and I threw that on my 70-incher at home. Yeah, if you're on your phone right now and you can get us up on the big screen, do it. I think that'll be perfect. We got all the graphics today. We got the time, quarter, of course, our scoreboard at the bottom. So this is the perfect game to put on the big screen, as you said.
And this has been, an unusual season, obviously, with games on Monday and, like the St. Francis game that had to be filled with a great,
Well, they had to go down to Corning last week.
And Canisius has had to do it too. I mean, that's what happened with hockey. Rescheduling games is a little harder for football. I miss, we got the parents here, and I noticed that with hockey, but I really miss the students. I can't wait for the fall when hopefully we're a little bit back to normal with more Thursday, Friday, Saturday games and more of that atmosphere with the students. So 1st and 10 from the 35. And we're going to have a pass here. That one was blocked. Great job right up the middle. And in on that was Wisniewski. But Trevor Tout was trying to make that pass, and they went right up the middle. So great defensive line pressure from the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, Tout literally had no time. As soon as his arm was coming forward, he had a couple Lumberjacks in his face. You mentioned about getting back to normal. Tom and I were in Tonawanda a week ago from tonight, and they had the band there.
Really?
Yeah, that was the first time we'd ever seen that. So credit to Tonawanda for getting the band out, and as you said, I'm sure we'll see more of that in the fall.
2nd and 10 from the 35. Here's direct snap, but this time it's going to hand off to number 34, Nico Giardina, and Giardina's going to go to the left side as McDuffie handed it right off, and Giardina on the Wildcat play to McDuffie, and then it was handed off, and a nice strong run to the left, and that's going to be a first down.
Amherst was waiting all game long for that to open up, and it finally did. They've been faking that handoff a couple of times if you paid attention. But, yeah, that worked out almost perfectly, and he almost broke it before he was tripped up at the end of that play.
That's an 11-yard run for Giardina. 1st and 10 for the 24 with 4:47 remaining here in the second quarter. McDuffie again to the left side. Finds some space, powering through, close to the first down. And it's going to be about a 9-yard gain, close to the first down. Another powered, strong run to the left side by McDuffie. And the running game of Amherst is heating up here in this second quarter.
Yeah, I believe this is the first time either team has gotten into the red zone tonight. So Amherst is going to be looking to cash in. Watch for them to do something wide on the right side.
That's a great catch there, Francis. First red zone here, 4-13. I wonder if both coaches wondered if that was possible, based on offenses just trying to get going and defense. But here we go. So 3rd and 1 from the 15, off the 9-yard run. McDuffie left side again, finding some space, close to the sideline, and he's going to get to about the 10.
Let's see if they'll give him 1st and goal. They're going to mark it just outside the 10.
Just outside the 10. But I believe...
Yeah, the only person...
They gave him a first down, though.
The only people who don't like that are the chain crew. The rest of them who have to go down there and mark it. Because, if that was just another yard in, the chain crew wouldn't have to do anything.
I'll tell you.
Actually, no, they're taking a break. So I guess it's 1st and goal from the 10.
So 1st and goal again for McDuffie. McDuffie trying to find some space. This time he's wrapped up low. And great job there by North Tonawanda. Anthony Swan was in there on the tackle. So 2nd and 10 from the 10. You ever wonder what it'd be like to be part of the chain crew? Like, you have to be right on that exact spot. You're running up and down the field. Players coming at you.
Yeah, well, yeah, that would be. That's the only hard part of it is players coming at you. You have to kind of get out of the way quick. Plus, if it gets cold, you have to hold on to it. But other than that, it's pretty fun. Usually, it's teachers or parents doing it. So again, thank you to those volunteers putting that together. It's a very important and underrated job to make these things happen, these games happen.
Giardina took the pitch, and he went to the left side, got a couple yards. There is a flag on the play, so it was 2nd and 11 after the 1-yard loss. It was 1st and goal, but now the Tigers
No, that was
here.
2nd and goal.
Oh, it was 1st and goal and 2nd goal off those two plays. But now the Tigers here kind of stumbling a little bit offensively.
Yeah, take a holding call, so I believe it'll stay 2nd down, but now I believe they're going to spot the ball beyond the 20, so you're moving in the wrong direction if you're the Tigers.
And to think of it, Francis was 1st and goal on the 10, and now they're backed up to 25, replaying that 2nd goal.
Or is it going to be 3rd and goal?
Well, let's see.
No, 2nd and goal.
It's going to be 2nd goal because they're going to take the penalty. Second goal from the 24. Definitely, 2-down territory, but they are a running team with 3:04 remaining. Still looking for our first points of the game. Timeout, Amherst. We're going to take a timeout ourselves. 0-0. It's a 2nd goal when we come back.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you calling the Wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
All right, Francis, welcome back. We don't have a lot of commercials tonight, so our friends who are listening are going to hear a lot of us tonight.
Yeah, yeah, they are.
So 3:04 remaining here. We've seen some good runs by McDuffie, but that holding call is going to push him back to the 24. It was 1st and goal from the 10. This is the first red zone opportunity for both teams in this game. It's been a defensive effort. Amherst's strong point in this first half was their running game by McDuffie. Giardina's had some good, strong runs in the second. We saw a couple of passes from North Tonawanda in the second quarter, but their offense has been struggling to get going here.
Yeah, they finally had a big play. They got inside the 10, and right after that, they took a bad holding penalty and went backwards. So Tigers got to claw back inside if they want to score, or else they're going to give North Tonawanda the ball back.
I know we talked about this before the game. When I hear Tigers, we think of LSU and their coach, Edward Arjun, saying, "Go Tigers." You think they play that in the locker room? Just to get the, a little, get
Maybe
going, a little excitement?
I know a lot of teams play Eye of the Tiger.
Eye of the Tiger. Yeah, that's a good song. All right, folks, 3:04 here. We're just about ready after the timeout. It's a 2nd and goal from the 24. Rolling out right as the quarterback. He's going deep. He's got a man open and through the hands of Devarius Gray. A nice pass by Tabiri, but just a little too high. And that would have been a touchdown, if not very close. So a nice chance there for Amherst.
Yeah, you know what? At least the positive part of that play, if you're Amherst, is that you at least you have NT worried. They have to realize that you are going to be able to throw deep. And now you see Wisniewski back as the second safety. So at least the Lumberjacks will start to respect the vertical passing game of the Tigers.
Yeah, they got 3 receivers on the bottom screen, 1 at the top. Tabiri, going to pass. This one's a screen pass, and it's picked off. Picked off by North Tonawanda and into the hands of number 76, Ashton Kazbrak. Great job by the defensive line. It was a tough screen. They fooled me with the 3 wide receivers set on the bottom of the screen. They went for the screen.
It looks like they were trying to clear up the middle to run a screen up there, but the ball, I think, a little high coming in, gets tipped, and then the lineman's able to come down with it as he was falling down. He's going to be telling his coach, time to put me in at receiver,
And Francis, that's a tough play. I mean, we saw that on Saturday. They scored a touchdown off it, but that was impressive. Remember, not like these kids are practicing 10 hours a day on that type of play. Not an easy play, unfortunately, but North Tonawanda gets their interception, first turnover of the game, and going to roll right, and it is in and out of the hands of Johnson. So Nash Rieselman here with an incomplete pass, but it was a good read to Johnson, but was unable to hold on to it.
Yeah, just in and out of the hands, and that would have been a big starter for Lumberjacks after you get the momentum from the turnover. If you're able to quickly get that first down throwing the football, but of course they cannot.
2nd and 10 from the 23, 2:48 remaining in this scoreless first half. Ball's on the 23. A lot of power runs with this formation that North Tonawanda has run tonight. Rieselman's going to roll right. Got a man open, and it's in and out of the hands of Wisniewski. So back-to-back opportunities here for Wisniewski and Johnson, unable to catch it. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 10.
Yeah, Rieselman's pass just a little overhead. Didn't quite set his feet before he threw that pass, and maybe if he set his feet just a little bit, Wisniewski could have hauled that in and gotten a decent gain.
So 3rd and 10 from the 23. After the back-to-back incomplete passes here for the Lumberjacks on this beautiful April night with some cold weather coming the next couple days.
Don't talk about that.
I know. They say, as we have a whistle, a historic snow coming tomorrow, Wednesday. But here's the thing. When you think of historic snow, based on this time of year, France, it's only like 1.5 inches. So it's not like we're going to have 6 inches. Now, I live in Lockport. We don't get much snow out there, but I'm ready for spring and nice weather. But we've been lucky. Even Saturday was decent weather.
Well, spring kind of came early, so I feel like we're kind of due for this. But I've been saying for weeks that we were going to get one more snowstorm, and fortunately for us, it looks like it's going to be tomorrow. But we'll bear through it.
Well, we do get measurable snow in April. We all hate to say it. Remember last year in May, we signed off on our house, and it snowed that day. Then 2 weeks later it was 93. But last year around this time, we never really had a spring. This is spring-like weather. I'd rather be in this type of weather than go from the 30s, Francis, to 93 like it was last year. So 2:43 remaining here in this first half that is scoreless. We just haven't seen the points like we did on Saturday. What's that reason why, Francis?
Well, these teams are built differently. Lockport is very much built on a spread offense. As in Niagara Wakefield, they have spread offenses. They like to throw the ball, and they like to throw it downfield. And that's what you saw. They have a lot of speed as well. But, NT and Amherst, it has different makeup. They like to run the ball. They like power running. And, that's a very much a field that if you get two teams like that, you're going to get a field position defensive battle game.
So 3rd and 10 from the 23. Let's see what Nash Rieselman can do here. They got Johnson in the motion. Rieselman's going to roll to the right, going deep, and intercepted. Intercepted by number 8, Jerry Williams, the senior. And the Tigers will get the ball back with 2:36 remaining So Riesman kind of forces it downfield, but that throw didn't look good off his hand right away.
Yeah, Wisniewski had to really jump up and try to make a play for it. Fortunately, he couldn't. He's a little slow getting off the field, although he is walking off in his own power. Good news for the Lumberjacks. But, yeah, it's Amherst taking advantage. Its safety was in the right place, right time. And now it's the Tigers who have a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, they used the eye of the tiger on the interception, possibly. So 1st and 10 from the 49.
Took me a second to get that one.
I know. Well, we got to do the name drops of songs too, apparently. But 2:36 here. Ball at the 49 North Tonawanda. Good field position for the Tigers. Let's see if they can get the first score of the game and get on the board. Trout's going to hand it off to McDuffie. McDuffie got up the middle, and he's got a lot of space. McDuffie! Oh, and almost broke it. Oh, great tackle by Nick Skirandra, because that would have been a touchdown. That was a solid run. The ball started at the 49, and they're down to the 28. Looking at about a 21-yard run. It could have been more.
Yeah, I think that might have been their biggest run of the game, at least their biggest for McDuffie. He found a crease and was able to take it to the second level.
Almost got to the third level, but Skirandra said, nope. You're going right down. A 21-yard run with 2:15 remaining. Longest run of the game by McDuffie and for both teams. Here's Trout. Another handoff to McDuffie. McDuffie again finding some space. Another solid run. The ball was at 28. They're going to be closer to the 23. Or about the 20. I'm sorry, the 20. About the 23. So looking at about a 5-yard run for McDuffie.
Let's expect the Tigers need to do some kind of fake off that, whether it's a sweep the other way or maybe a pass. But you're going to see NT is going to pay special attention to that gap after giving up 2 big runs.
Yep, 2nd and 5 here. And it looks like, Trout was trying to sell that. It's a good call there, Francis. We're going to see that at some point. When? I don't know, but it's possible. So Tiberi with McDuffie. He's been a great player here tonight. See if there's another handoff. This time, Trout's going to go back. Tiberi's going to back to pass. He's got a man open, and it's caught. Touchdown, Tigers. Davari Gray. A great throw by Tiberi on the 23-yard touchdown pass, and the Tigers take the lead 6-0, and our first points of the game on the 23-yard touchdown pass from Tiberi.
Isn't that literally what I just said, Joe? Am I wrong here? I said watch for a pass the other way, and that's exactly what they did. Tiberi pass on the left side. NT only had one safety back, Wisniewski, and he really wasn't paying attention to that side, even though that was on the wide side of the field. So NT was clearly looking for the run, and they called it. So Amherst called the perfect play at the perfect time.
It sure was. So we're going to have the extra point here. 1:16 remaining. And the extra point coming right up here, number 51, Bu Halbel. And it is good. So 7-0 is the score. The Tigers strike first on that 49-yard touchdown drive that all started with the interception by Jerry Williams on the 3rd down play. When we come back, we'll have the final 1:16 remaining here in the second quarter. It's 7-0 Tigers over the Lumberjacks.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Francis, we are live and back here for Monday Night Football here at North Tonawanda High School. We saw our first touchdown drive, a 49-yard touchdown drive off the interception that Reisman had thrown. And this time, the Tigers finish off that nice 23-yard touchdown pass to Davari Gray.
Yeah, and it came right after the NT got an interception themselves, ending a pretty good Amherst drive. But Jerry Williams, perfect interception right at midfield, and the Tigers cash in.
So the first turnover of the game went to North Tonawanda, as they have 1:16 remaining here in this first half to get some offensive momentum going, leading the second half. But they're still in this game. It's only 7-0. So kicking here for Tonawanda, Bu Halbel. He just made that extra point. And the Wisniewski's back there. Halbel's kick is short.
But it's a squib kick.
Yeah, it's a squib kick. Johnson's going to pick up the 20. Trying to find some space, 25, and he's wrapped up. Nice tackle by Brad Johnson on that squib kick. So good job by North Tonawanda controlling the ball, but great coverage by Brad Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson, only a sophomore, but he covered that perfectly easy, just bouncing off his block and making a tackle really in open space.
All right, Francis, I'll put you on the clock here. 1:10 remaining. What are we looking for in North Tonawanda here on possibly their final drive this half?
Well, your young quarterback in NT just threw a tough interception. Unfortunately, it cost him points, but Coach Rick Tom needs to get offense, and his staff need to get confidence back in their quarterback. So I think you have to trust him to throw the ball, especially since the fact you only have 1:10 left in the half.
Johnson was taken back down at the 21, so it's a 1st and 10. One running back, two receivers at the bottom screen, one at the top. They're going to pitch out to Wisniewski. He was short. He was able to control it. Trying to find some space. He breaks a tackle, and close to the 30, he was wrapped up by Teddy McDuffie, the running back who can do it all with that nice tackle.
And you see NT picking up the speed. They know they need to move down the field quickly.
Yeah, we're down to 50 seconds here. The ball is at 21 now. It's near the 27, I believe. 2nd and 3. Pitch out to Johnson. Johnson's going to get the first down, and he's going to be tackled at about the 35, 40 seconds, and I believe we're going to have a timeout here for...
It looks like the clock's going to stop for the first down.
Oh, the clock. They're resetting the clock, so no timeout for North Tonawanda yet. Clock is now running with 36 seconds in ticking. Ball at the 35, 1st and 10. Wisniewski with the catch, wrapped up out of bounds near the 38, couple yards, but the clock will stop as he was knocked out of bounds. He didn't go out on his own.
The NT doing a nice job setting up the wide receiver screen on the right side. I'm surprised they haven't tried it in the left side because that's where, because that's the wide side of the field. You have a lot more space, especially for your backs, I should say your receivers, to kind of find a lane and shake tacklers.
It was only a 3-yard completion to Wisniewski. 2nd and 7. We've only seen one deep pass from them, and it was picked off. So what can Nash Rousman, the sophomore, do here on his final drive with 29 seconds left? Two safeties at the top of the screen. Johnson in motion. Rousman going back to pass. He is a man. It is caught by Johnson. First down. Stays on his feet at the 50 and then about the 48. Great extra effort here. Every yard matters. And a great play to the right side there, Francis, for a first down and a good catch by Johnson.
And more importantly, he got out of bounds. I'm sure Coach Tom was holding his breath for the second when it looked like Johnson was going to cut inside, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock.
A solid catch and run down to the 49, so they're inside Amherst territory, but 19 seconds remain as we've seen some positive pass plays here. But they've got to be smart. Let's see how close they can get with a good opportunity to score here. Railsman back to pass. He's pressured, and he's going to be taken down. And in on the play was Emmanuel Patterson. He had a big play in that first quarter, Francis, on the blitz, and this time he's going to get a big sack with 5 seconds remaining here. And they're going to try to get one last play. And we have a timeout.
I believe he spiked
He spiked it. Okay, he spiked it, yep.
1 second left. Perfectly well times that spike. So that's what you got, 55 yards, only one play, unless it's the penalty. But what do you have in your playbook, Coach Tom? It's now time to use it.
Well, I wonder how far you can throw a football.
I don't know. Or do you try the hook and ladder? I know we usually see that at the end of the game, but does he feel confident enough in his team to try it at the end of the half?
How far can you throw a football?
Let's not talk about that.
Well, I like to think I could throw it 30 yards, but when there's no lines, it looks like 30 yards, right? So 1 second remaining here. Last play of the first half. Rylesman, let's see what he can do. Rylesman back to pass. And it's going to be intercepted by Gray. Oh, I'm sorry. No, number 7. I apologize. Savian Withrow will get that interception. So 2 interceptions thrown here. Last one kind of in the garbage time near the end of the first half. So 7-0 is our score off that 23-yard touchdown pass from Trout on the 49-yard touchdown drive. Tigers in the lead. It's halftime here in North Tonawanda. We'll be back for the second half in just a short 10 minutes.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated, multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere, covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
At Cairo First Wellness, your health and well-being is our passion. Let us take care of you and your family like one of our own.
Cairo First Wellness Center is dedicated to providing patients long-term relief and teaching them how to continue taking care of themselves. With a blend of different techniques, services, and personalized treatment plans, we'll help you find wellness in a way that's right for you. Between chiropractic care, spinal decompression, nutritional counseling, massage therapy, custom orthotics, and more, your relief is in our hands. If twisting, popping, and cracking intimidate you, our Pro Adjuster restores the same range of motion as a physical adjustment would with gentle, repeated tapping.
Dr. Mo at Cairo First has been taking care of my back needs for the past 4 years. His staff treats you like family. I've had the traction, I've had the massage done, and every time leave here feeling fresh and brand new.
Cairo First Wellness Center. Your health and well-being. Our passion.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you calling the wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs. WNYathletics.com is the premier high school sports website in Western New York, providing the best sports coverage of Section 6 and Monsignor Martin leagues. Check out our page for daily game recaps and late-breaking sports news. Our online scoreboards are updated in real time. Never miss a goal or touchdown. Visit WNYathletics.com today or follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated, multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere, covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
At Cairo First Wellness, your health and well-being is our passion. Let us take care of you and your family like one of our own.
Cairo First Wellness Center is dedicated to providing patients long-term relief and teaching them how to continue taking care of themselves. With a blend of different techniques, services, and personalized treatment plans, we'll help you find wellness in a way that's right for you. Between chiropractic care, spinal decompression, nutritional counseling, massage therapy, custom orthotics, and more, your relief is in our hands. If twisting, popping, and cracking intimidate you, our Pro Adjuster restores the same range of motion as a physical adjustment would with gentle, repeated tapping.
Dr. Mo at Cairo First has been taking care of my back needs for the past 4 years. His staff treats you like family. I've had the traction, I've had the massage done, and every time leave here feeling fresh and brand new.
Cairo First Wellness Center. Your health and well-being. Our passion.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you calling the wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs. WNYathletics.com is the premier high school sports website in Western New York, providing the best sports coverage of Section 6 and Monsignor Martin leagues. Check out our page for daily game recaps and late-breaking sports news. Our online scoreboards are updated in real time. Never miss a goal or touchdown. Visit WNYathletics.com today or follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube.
Welcome back to WNY Athletics here. Francis Beck, I'm Joe Daniel here. Start of the second half just coming up in a second. 7-0 Amherst score late in that half off the 49-yard touchdown drive, 23-yard pass. Well, we have a second here. Francis, let me just give you a couple score updates going on baseball. Red Sox won 11-4, and then the Cardinals-Nationals is 0-0, and Giants and Phillies in the first 0-0 as well. And then we can look at hockey if it pulls up. Hurricanes, Lightning 0-0, Blue Jackets 0-0, and that's just a quick update in the scoreboard of Around the Sports.
And then you have down in Ethanol Springs, St. Francis ahead of West New York Maritime Charter 7-0 in the first quarter. That big private-public clash going on tonight.
It's something I know everybody in the South Towns have wanted for years. I went to St. Francis in 08. We always wished something like that would happen. Good for those two teams and schools coming together and making that happen tonight in a great battle out in Athol Springs, also known as Hamburg. So here we go, start of the second half. Here's the kick. It's short. It's going to bounce. Goes through Wisniewski's legs. Recovers it at the 10. He's at the 15, the 20, 25, 30. Good run. 35. There's a flag. He's taken down around a 36. Francis, we saw this on Saturday. It could be a block in the back, and it is.
Well, taking away the penalty for a second, a lot of people might say, oh, great, Wisniewski going up the middle. But really, he made the more important play by not going down to get that football, by not letting his knee touch the ground to get that football. Because if he did, they would have started inside the 10. He saw that there was no one around for Amherst, so he just very smoothly grabbed the ball with his legs, did not let his knees touch the ground, and he was able to pick it up and get a decent gain.
And that's a tough penalty to take on any kickoff.
Although with the penalty, it looks like the ball is going to be pretty much at that same spot.
Yeah, now they're at the 10, and they were going to the ball at the 35. So, I mean, it's just tough. I hate when the Bills do that, too, not to name drop any teams here, because, it's or any team. It's like, oh, you see that block in the back. Oh, we're going backwards. So first and 10, ball at the 10, first possession of the second half, and we're on our way. Railsman going to hand it up the middle, and maybe two. Going to hand it up to the fullback.
You did not see North Tonawanda on that triple option. You did not see Reiselman keep it or pitch it out to one of his tailbacks on that triple option. It was pretty much up the middle with the fullback. Wonder if we'll see him take it himself a couple of times in this second half.
Folks, Sam Heim had the carry, the fullback. Heim is a sophomore, 5'8". See, Sam, 5'8", 180. So 1 yard gain, a strong run it is, but 2nd and 9 for the Lumberjacks. They're playing at home on a breezy night. It's picking up out here as I walked out at halftime. And the temperature's starting to drop here as we're only in April. Now here's Rasman under center. Going to pitch it out left. Nope, to hand up the middle to Heim again. And this time Heim had a great carry. Close to the first down, maybe about a yard short, but we saw a little change there as Aiden Press went out there for a possible change in play and pitching out. They didn't, but keep an eye on that.
Yeah, Heim just kind of extended the play at the end, pushing for a few yards, and then kind of extended the ball out for another yard.
So 3rd and 1 after the 8-yard gain, 9 yards in the last 2 carries for Heim, the fullback. So 3rd and 1, ball at the 19. Really that jumbo set here, Francis. Not many wide receivers on the field. Another handoff to Heim up the middle, and he's got a first down and a couple. So first down here for the Lumberjacks. They're going to pick up their first down on this first drive of the second half.
I'm glad NT is running well, but I hope Coach Tom took time at halftime to talk to his quarterback, calm down his nerves. Obviously, we saw the 2 picks. I wouldn't really count the second one as much because it was the second.
Yeah, the second one was...
End of the half, and you're just telling him to chuck it downfield. That was basically a punch for all intents and purposes. But I think he does need to get some confidence. Remember, only a sophomore, and you're going to need him to really throw the ball down the field later in this game.
A 2-yard run by Heim. Now here's a handoff at the middle. Heim again. Heim trying to find some space, and he is just collapsed. He got a couple yards there, maybe about 2, I would say, maybe 3. But really not much space there, just trying to get any positive yards there.
Yeah, I believe that was Tyree Orange, the defensive lineman, nose tackle up the middle, able to get contact first
Yeah, they're only going to give him a 1. I thought he got a little bit more than that. But remember, folks, we don't have spotters, Francis.
Yeah,
we got to work on that. We have people behind us saying, hey, this is the tackle, right? This is where the ball is. It makes everything easier here. We're doing all the hard work, folks. All right, 2nd and 7. Now they did give him 2 yard, so it was 3 yard gain here. Okay, so Rylesman hands it off to Johnson. Johnson fought through a tackle, and he gets hit hard, but a nice run. That tackle was by Tyree Orange, the senior, and it's a first down for the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, kind of an inside handoff after the fake to the fullback. Kind of, that's a lot of coordination on that play, but it's coordinated perfectly, and the Lumberjacks get a big gain.
The ball was at the 24. It's at the 33, folks. It's a 9-yard carry by Johnson to the outside. They started at the 10. They're down to the 33. 23 yards total here on this drive. So good first offense possession here for North Tonawanda. Rylesman under center. I believe this is going to be a run. Rylesman hands it off. Nope, he's going to keep it himself. And wrapped up quickly by just about everyone on the defensive line here for Amherst.
Yeah, that was. I think that was the first time Rylesman decided to keep it on that triple option play, and Amherst was ready for it.
Yeah, he's kept it a couple times on the 4th down, maybe a 3rd and 1, but not on a first down. So good job by the defensive line here for Amherst, not falling for it. Good try. It didn't work, but sometimes you have to try things to see if they work or don't.
Well, he was going to have to test the defense to see if they were going to be honest about it. Because if you never go to the outside, what would be the point of Amherst even defending it?
Plus and Wisniewski in the bottom of the screen, 2 wide receivers down there. Plus goes in motion, but a handoff again to Heim up the middle. And Heim's going to fall forward for a few.
I believe that time it was Johnny White who kind of made first contact, grabbing Heim's legs, but Heim's able to pull forward for a couple yards.
Let's see what they give him here. It will be 3rd down, 7:05 remaining. So 4-yard gain, yes, 4-yard gain. Ball's at the 37. So really, when you see those runs up the middle, it doesn't look like they're going to go very far, but it takes the running back using his legs, using his power and offensive line to really push that ball going forward. And to their credit, North Tonawanda has done a good job of that tonight. But it's been the passing game, the 2 interceptions. One was really late, but they've had some drops too when they've tried to throw it. This time they're going to throw it to Wisniewski. Batted down. Great job. Good hands by Teddy McDuffie. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 6.
Yeah, McDuffie just a heads-up play, knocking that ball away. Now you're going to force a punt for the Lumberjacks.
Well, yeah, that's going to be a 4th and 6. So there will be a punt. And, North Tonawanda, they had some drops in that first half. But when they've had success, it's been to the screen game. And great job of McDuffie just, sneaking up on that and reading that play very well. So their return is back to the 30. I believe that's 15 Trevor Tout. But we will double check when we have a better glance at the number. Here's the punt. It's going to fall short on the 40 and about the 39. So a better punt by Sciandra. No return. North Tonawanda punts on their first possession. Amherst will get the ball back. They're up 7-0 on that 49-yard touchdown drive later in the second quarter. We'll be right back here in WNY Athletics.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Welcome back here. Francis Beck, Joe Daniel. Francis, we were together on Saturday. We had a high-scoring game with Lockport and Niagara-Wheatfield. Tonight, not so much. It's been a defensive effort, and that's part of the game. Sometimes you have the offensive games, and sometimes you have defensive games, and that's what we're having tonight. What are your thoughts here of Amherst to have a good drive here to start the second half?
Yeah, great field position to start, and we'll see if Amherst can keep that momentum. They kind of got into the second quarter, obviously scoring. Can they keep it into the third?
Ball's at the 39. Trout's going to hand out to McDuffie, and this time, nowhere to go. Great job by number 21, Justin Van Valkenburg, the junior, 6-1, he got in there and with a big tackle, and they're going to lose a few.
Yeah, Van Bilfenberg coming from his corner position. They called a stunt blitz. He perfectly times it as the snap was going off, crossing the line, and he was not picked up whatsoever by Amherst, and that allowed him to get in the backfield and get to play for a loss.
And McDuffie really had a great second quarter. This is the first time most of whole
He had a
night
great
where
first half.
he had a great first. I know, but this was the first time they really wrapped him up in the backfield out the 2-yard loss. So 2nd and 12, but it took a blitz. It took Van Valkenburg to come in from the outside to make that tackle. But if that's what they have to do to sell out, I mean, maybe they should because we've seen a lot of runs. So 2nd and 12, trying to blitz on the right side, and we have a false start.
No,
Did they jump?
I think NT may have jumped.
Because they were selling for a blitz. Let's see what the call is. You say offsides. Let's see what. Oh, you're right, Francis. Yep, they moved. Well, they were showing a lot of pressure at the line, and I was thinking maybe they made Amherst jump, but when you have a lot of those guys close to the line, one of them steps forward. That's all it takes.
Well, I wonder if the success of the last play able to time out the blitz. NT was trying to do it again, but the quarterback decided to change up his snap count and got free 5 yards.
Yep, 2nd and 7 from the 42. Direct snap to McDuffie. McDuffie trying to find some space, and another good job by the defensive line of North Tonawanda, and they're going to get the tackle.
Already more than halfway through this third quarter, and we've only have maybe a drive and a half of football so far. NT taking a lot of time off the clock, and Tigers as well.
Yeah, Francis, I paused for a second. I'm trying to say, all these red jerseys, like, okay, which one made the tackle? And I still can't figure it out. One of them did, folks, because he fell down. So 3rd and 6, a 1-yard gain. All right, so they've stopped McDuffie here in a couple carries here. Can they stop him again? This has been a very quick third quarter here. Both teams, this is his first possession for Amherst. So let's see what they can do here on 3rd and 6. Trout's going to roll out to the right. He's pressure, gets out of some coverage, and a hard hit. He doesn't fumble the ball. He controls it. He gets a couple yards, but well short of the 4th down. So some good defensive coverage here, keeping him in the pocket, forced him to go up the middle, and North Tonawanda was right there and wrap him up.
I was actually impressed by Trout, the way he was able to get away from that pressure. He had a guy immediately on him, but he's able to move his hips, get away, and he just decides to go up the middle, gets a few. He takes a big lick for it, but at least it's positive yards.
And another punt. So 3-yard gain on the run by Trout. I'm pretty sure that wasn't the play call for him to run up the middle, but he was forced to because there was good pressure from the left side of the line. So North Tonawanda is going to get the ball right back. Wisniewski's hanging out around the 20-yard line. Amherst punter can really punt the ball, and, yep, there's the flag. Delay game.
Yeah, the Tigers confused on who was supposed to be out for them that punt. You can see a player on the far side going back and forth between the sideline and on the field, and that'll cost the Tigers 5 yards.
Yeah, but 4th down 3, they were already punting as it is. Francis, quick story. We'll have a second here. So I did a lot of live scoring for hockey, right? And then I'm like, what's that call? You don't know, and then you see it enough, and you're like, yep, I know that one. But delay game is one of the most obvious calls. You don't have to think about it there. So 4th and 8, they're going to still punt at this time from the 40. Wisniewski's going to move up to the 25. And the punt, oh, what a solid kick. This one's going to be caught inside the 20. Wisniewski, and 25-30, and dragged down by the jersey by Davari Gray. But my goodness, Tim Kellner, right? What a leg for a high school punter.
Yeah, it was a big leg, and it forced Wisniewski to go backwards, which usually is the last thing you want your returner to do. But luckily, Wisniewski was actually able to not only get the ball, catch it cleanly, but he's able to get a good chunk of yardage on the return.
All right, let's do some quick math, Francis. So he caught the ball at the 20, right? He was around the 40, so what was it?
I think he caught that closer to the 15.
Okay, all right. So we look like a 45-yard kick, something like that, right?
Yeah, 45-yard kick.
Give or take. We have that give or take of 5 to 10 yards, right? So good field position, though, off about the 13, 15-yard return by Wisniewski. Ball's at the 33, 1st and 10, 3:09 remaining. North Tonawanda still looking for their first points. Here's a handoff to Johnson. Johnson's going to find some space. Johnson, 45, 50, falls forward at about the 47. But there's a flag.
Yeah, flag right at the line of scrimmage. Probably coming back, but that's
Holding.
a play NT has been looking to set up all game long, and unfortunately for the Lumberjacks, it's coming back because of a hold.
Yeah, unfortunate with the hold. North Tonawanda, the Lumberjacks, remember that great strong run in the first quarter that almost went for a touchdown, but it got stopped around the 30, and then they got stopped in their momentum. That was one of the better runs we've seen since that run from this team. And it comes from, of course, a trick play with Johnson, but that's their success that they've had in the game. It's been a lot of carries from Heim. A couple of them gone 5 or 6 yards, but Johnson's been really great in that type of play with the carry. So 1st and 20, they went back to the 23. So instead of a nice run by Johnson, they went back because of the holding. 2:40 remaining in this rather quickly moving third quarter is the second possession of the quarter for North Tonawanda. Amherst has only had one. Here's a handoff up the middle, and it's quickly wrapped up by the defensive line for Amherst. Bu Haubel was right in there, and he wrapped him right up. So not much cooking there on that run.
Yeah, I think Tim Kelleher was in there as well, another senior. No, I'm sorry. Oh, no, you're right. It was Hobby. I was looking at the wrong roster for a second. Yeah, Hobby, great wrap up at the end of that play.
I want to signify number 57, Jack Foster. His shoes are yellow. So on the screen,
and he's the center, so that's easy for me to notice too.
Right? I mean, it's funny because you think of it's a flag, but no, it's just Foster's shoes, bright yellow shoes. All right, shoes of the game. Foster gets the award for that. So 2nd and 19, 1:45 remaining. Here's another handoff. Nope. Quarterback's going to keep it. And Railsman's going to get tackled a little bit ahead of the line of scrimmage, but not much as you try to find some space to the left side.
Yeah, I believe that was Johnny White who chased him down at the line of scrimmage. Railsman, if he waited another second, if he had another second, he might have been able to pitch it out, but White was right there to make the play.
So 3rd and 18 from the 25. The penalty of the holding really pushed them back here as the last two plays haven't really gone very far here, only mustering 2 yards. So 3rd and 18 from the 25 is Francis. We approach the 1-minute mark of this third quarter. Now, we talked about, a long half, Lockport, but this has been a quick third quarter, right?
Oh, yeah. They don't get much faster than this.
If you like quick games, we got it here. So 3rd and 18, 50 seconds remaining. Railsman in the shotgun formation. Going to roll right. He's going to be pressured. Throw is intended for Wisniewski, but it was tipped. Good pressure there by Bu Haubel.
No, I think that was 21.
Well, Haubel was in it, but 21 might have gone to McDuffie was there. Haubel was in there as well. So 2 men really getting in there for the Tigers. So, Francis, 4th and 18. Talk about that penalty. That was a killer.
Yeah, it was a killer, and now if you're the Tigers, you have a good opportunity, if you can get a good return here, to get some really good field position.
Yes, for sure. I mean, their kick return is hanging around the 43, and, Scandra hasn't had the best day kicking the ball, so this one might be a little bit short. Let's see what they can do. And a kick from Scandra is going to fall around the 45. The 50 hits off a player of North Tonawanda, 56, Colin Rozewski. Stopped at the 49. So the ball was at 25. We're looking at about.
Well, actually, they're going to mark it on the.
Because it hit the helmet, right?
Yeah, they're going to mark that.
Okay, so they're moving it up. So they're going to get about 2 yards gains on that. So a decent punt, maybe about 23 yards.
23 yards, but the Tigers get the ball on the NT side of the field.
Yeah, and we talked that they're going to have great field position. They do. As Amherst has really started a lot of drives inside the territory of North Tonawanda. Talk about field possession. I mean, I know it's only 7-0, and North Tonawanda can break one, but the field position of this game has been tilted one way in favor of the Tigers.
Yeah, and you said that was part of what the penalty did.
So they're going to start the ball at the 48. Their one touchdown drive did go 49 yards, so maybe that's an omen here. Hand off to McDuffie up the middle, and he's tripped up, and he's going to gain about 4. But good job by the defensive line here of North Tonawanda.
And keep in mind that last drive started back because of another holding penalty on the return. So 2 penalties cost NT and kind of lead to good field position for the Tigers.
No matter what league it is, if the NFL, if it's college, penalties are a killer, and they're hard to come back because, when you take that penalty, you need to then have a positive play. All right, folks, there's the siren or the horn. We've reached the end of the third quarter. It's still 7-0. Only touchdown was that 49-yard touchdown drive by Amherst in that second quarter, but they've been threatening. They've had some chances, but North Tonawanda's played some strong defense here. It's a one-score game. Can North Tonawanda get into this game with a scoring drive? They got to hold Amherst first. 7-0, fourth quarter, coming up next.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you calling the Wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
All right, welcome back here for the start of the fourth quarter. We talked about the weather here a little bit in the third quarter. It was a quick third quarter, how it was getting windy out there and cooler temperatures. I'm starting to think if that's starting to affect the passing game, as we've seen some throws just not leave the quarterback's hands very well. But it is windy out there. It's deceiving because we're in a booth and it's very warm in here, but the wind has caused an issue with the quarterbacks trying to throw the ball.
Well, you know what? I can start to see it when the refs' pants and shirts are going. You can tell they're a little loose, starting to move in the wind. So you do wonder how much that is. Again, we are inside, so our cameraman did inform us at halftime that it is much colder out there than we may have let on in that first half. So, but yeah, you wonder how that wind is maybe affecting the passing game and the play calling of both of these coaches.
And I just want to shout out here North Tonawanda. What a great setup, great field here. Great sports complex. They got a soccer practice field behind us.
Yeah, turf.
Turf. Yeah, turf. I mean, just very impressive. We talked about all these high schools just really investing in the high school football game. Obviously, they play soccer, lacrosse out here, but it's just very enjoyable for the players and the fans to watch. So, 2nd and 8 from the 46. Hand off to McDuffie. Going to try to find some space on the left side. Almost wrapped up. Cuts it back in the middle. And he's close to a first down.
Oh, he got it.
Yeah, he got the first down with that extra effort. He fell forward. He was almost wrapped up, though, by Justin Van Valkenburg. He couldn't on the run to the left. Great run, shiftiness.
Yeah.
And look at McDuffie. He's limping here with his ankle. He might have got hurt. We'll have to keep an eye on that, Francis.
Yeah, that would be a tough loss for the Tigers, but he did make a great cut. That, again, as you said, that play was supposed to go outside. He cuts inside the last second and finds a crease in the middle of the field on the right side.
Yeah, a run that maybe, look, it was going for 1 or 2, went 13 yards. It's amazing when just, you try to break some tackles, find some space, just keep moving your legs. Don't give up on a play, and Francis showed. So first and 10 from the 36. Another handoff up the middle. And fighting for some more space, he will, and he's going to fall forward. And a nice run by number 34, Nico Giardina, who we really didn't see in the third quarter, was really just McDuffie.
Yeah, well, this offense is going to have to figure out how to play without McDuffie. I haven't seen much action with him on the sidelines, but at least for a little while. And Giardino, nice run. I thought he was going to get wrapped up for maybe 1 yard, but he fights out of it and gets another one.
Yeah, Giardino only 175, but man, he's got some power.
He doesn't look. Yeah,
he don't look 175. He looks like a good change of pace running back. Now he got 3 yards, but man, did he fight for every one of those yards? Ball's at the 33, 2nd and 7. Kirkland's back there. It's a handoff or direct snap attempt to number 15. And Trout's going to find a little bit of space. Not much. So we saw Kirkland and Tout there. First time really seeing Kirkland back there, as we didn't see Tiberi in there in that quarterback position.
I believe we saw Van Valkenburg kind of got low and grabbed the knees of Tout. Couldn't really go anywhere.
No, but look who comes back. McDuffie, good to see that he's okay. So he rested about 2 plays, I believe, Francis, and he's back in. Just a quick check on his ankle. We got to keep an eye out, though. We don't have that sideline reporter to find out if it was ankle for sure, but I think it's safe to say it was. 3rd and 8. Now, timeout here from Amherst. 9:42 remaining. It's a 3rd and 8 when we come back. Ball's at the 34. Quick timeout on WNY Athletics.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Welcome back to North Tonawanda. It's been a game that we kind of expected, with both teams' offenses, really starting to, they've struggled the first 2 weeks. Amherst didn't play last week due to a COVID pause. But nonetheless, this has still been an entertaining game for 7-0.
They're going back and forth. They're moving the ball really well. If you're a fan of the passing game, this might not be for you. But if you love power running, we're seeing a lot of that tonight.
And the funny thing, Francis, you're right. It's been a lot of power running, but how'd that one touchdown happen? A 23-yard pass. One of the rare passes Amherst has thrown and went for a touchdown. I know we've mentioned that before, but 49-yard touchdown drive nonetheless. They've moved the ball in North Tonawanda, but we've seen a lot of teams this year, bend but don't break defense. North Tonawanda stopped them when they really needed to. Offensively, what's killed them today is really the penalties. They've had some good runs that came back, and then you've had the block in the backs. They've had a couple of those. But the weather conditions is also coming to play, too, as we are at 9:42 remaining in this fourth quarter, in this rather quick Section 6 football game here. Now here's Giardina going to take the handoff. Giardina trying to find some space. He's pushed back, and in the tackle was Wally Wisniewski. Wisniewski going low, and he tackled Giardina.
Yeah, they get about 2 yards. Now it's a big play for North Tonawanda. I don't know if, Amherst is able to make this. They continue their drive, and they get closer to that end zone. But if North Tonawanda is able to get a stop, you get a little momentum, and you have your chance to get your offense back on the field.
Yeah, let's see what they do on 4th and 6, because that was 3rd and 8. So,
I don't know if we've seen the Tigers go for it on a 4th and somewhat long yet. Most of their 4th downs have either been too long for a punch or have been short enough for a quick run.
All right, folks, 4th and 6, and there's the flag. That's going to give me an opportunity to say, you know what, Francis, I'd punt the ball. North Tonawanda struggled to move the ball today. You've got a great punter. If you can just pooch it, they're going to have a long field to go, but they're reluctant to go for it. So North Tonawanda, a great chance here to stop them. But, let's see what the flag is, if that's going to push them back, and I believe it will. Looks like it's a false start.
All right. I don't think it was a false start, but there was...
is a motion?
I think illegal motion.
Illegal motion. That's a killer on a 4th and 6.
Yeah, I think that will, as you said, probably lead to the punt for Amherst.
All right, so now they're going to go with my idea.
They just need to take a penalty to do it, though.
Yeah, I'll take the credit. But now they need to do a good punt here. Keller can, was it Tim?
Haubiel.
Haubiel. Well, it was 51, right?
Yes.
51. Oh, is that how you say his name?
Yeah, Haubiel.
Interesting. Okay, so Haubiel has a great opportunity. Let's see if he can pooch it. And he's going to try to. It's going to bounce. Will it go in the end zone? No, it will. All right, Francis, he tried to do what I suggested, but nonetheless, they're only going to lose about 17 yards in field position, but it could have been more. So North Tonawanda is going to get the ball to 20, still trailing 7-0. They just need one drive, and they're back in this game.
They may need only one play. Let's be
one
honest.
Play. You're right.
They have some guys on the outside who, with some space, can take it for down the field. They have Johnson, who almost broke one earlier. Wisniewski, as we've been talking about, a great athlete. He can do a lot of great things with the football. All they need to make, that they have that screenplay. If these guys just get a little crease, they could take it all the way.
So 8:18 remaining here, as we've got a cloudy night. It's starting to get dark here. It's 7:50, as we're only in April here, but the weather is starting to turn. Just got to get through the next couple days. 1st and 10 from the 20. Hand off to Heim up the middle. Heim fighting for some yards, and he's getting tackled for about a gain of 4. So a nice opening first play here for the Lumberjacks.
And that's a great way to start your NT. Run up the middle, and eventually they're going to have to figure out a way to pitch that ball outside for some big gains.
And they have thrown 2 interceptions, right? We talked about the one late in the first half. But they've had a little bit of success. And you wonder if they're going to have to start throwing the ball a little bit more, if they're going to stick to the run game. But you're right. Pitch the ball to the outside. It's there instead of going up the middle. But let's see what they do here on 2nd and 7. Uh-oh. Ball goes through Reisner's hands. Loose ball. McDuffie this time, no, he didn't pick up, but this time it is picked up by Giardina. McDuffie missed it, and I believe it's Brad Johnson picks it up in the end zone. It's a touchdown. I thought McDuffie had it, Francis, but touchdown.
Well, luckily for him, he didn't.
Yeah, I know, because he wouldn't have scored. But then Brad Johnson picked it up in the end zone, and one of the stranger touchdowns you'll see all night in this defensive game, it's a defensive score, and it's 13-0 Amherst.
Yeah, that was the last thing you wanted if you were North Tonawanda. That punt, that bad snap right near your end zone, and the Tigers take advantage right away for the score.
Yeah.
They pick up the ball in the end zone for the score.
Second one that's gone through Rylsman's hands tonight. They escaped the first time McDuffie wasn't able to get it. McDuffie wasn't able to get this one either, but Johnson in the end zone scoops it up, and 13-0 with 7:28 remaining with the extra point. And I believe you say his name is Halber. Will kick the extra point. And let's see. Was this left? Was it good? It's good. It's a little hard to tell from our angle, Francis, but it barely made it. I thought it was a little more to the left. So 14-0 to score. A defensive touchdown in this defensive game goes to Amherst. North Tonawanda needs to move the ball and get a touchdown this next drive. They're down by 14. Quick timeout on WNY Athletics.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you call on the Wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
All right, welcome back to North Tonawanda. Francis, crazy play on that touchdown there.
Yeah, as he said, bad snap, and the Tigers take advantage. Remember, NT had that fumble earlier. They fall on it, but this time it's the Tigers who get it and take it right in the end zone.
Third turnover of the game. This time it costs them, as it did on one of the other turnovers, an interception, the first one, as Amherst scored them both. So in this defensive type game here, it's only 14-0. It's low scoring. Not totally surprised that it was a defensive touchdown by Amherst, are you?
You know what? Yeah, as you said before, both of the Tigers' touchdowns have come off turnovers. So, Coach Beckman, you have to be very happy about your team taking advantage of opportunities when they fall in your lap.
Both teams looking for win number one. Amherst was on pause last week due to COVID, so this is their second game of the year. North Tonawanda did fall short in two of their games. Third game of the year tonight for them, with two more to go. As due to COVID in April, we're just playing a 1 month season, but I'm so happy for all these boys out here with everything that's going on, just to get out there, have some games, be with your teammates, especially all those seniors. Congratulations to them and their future endeavors. Here's a kick. It's a line drive up the middle. Wisniewski's going to take it at the 10 to 15 to 20, 25, 30. Good return, 35, 40, and he's knocked down by guess who? The kicker.
Yeah, you know what? You usually don't like your kicker making plays on the kick return, but at that time he came to the 40, and he's a big guy, so he can handle himself. There was no touchdown saving tackle. It was a good tackle for him. And,
I love seeing that. I mean, you don't want to see. I love seeing the kickers get in there. You think he loves? He gets.
Well,
a
he
tackle.
does. He's a big guy though, and he plays
You're
linebacker.
Right.
But some of these kickers though, especially the next level,
He's not.
They're not meant to tackle.
He's not Tyler Bass size. Tyler Bass wouldn't be making a tackle. But okay, so the ball's at the 41, 1st and 10, 7:20 remaining, down by 14. Reisman's under center. Gonna go back to pass to Johnson behind the line. Johnson at the 45, 50, 45. Johnson got some space. So, and he's tackled at the 38. Oh, great hit, but guess who? McDuffie. McDuffie's made some big plays here tonight.
Yeah, that was a touchdown saving tackle. He would have been gone. Johnson would have been gone in that play, but was able to sit. But biggest play of the game probably so far in a while for the North Tonawanda Lumberjacks.
Yeah, over a 20-yard gain there as they had the ball at the 41. Now they're at the 37. We got a whistle and a timeout by Amherst. All right, folks. Great play by North Tonawanda. They're in the field.
They're in the Amherst
They're
side.
in the field territory. I know. They're in the field territory of Amherst here. 7:06 remaining. Quick timeout. 14-0 is the score.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
All right, welcome back here to North Tonawanda off the 21-yard gain because they had the ball at the 41. on the last play here. So a solid run there by North Tonawanda.
Yeah, and force the Tigers to regroup. And keep in mind this, look at that scoreboard. The Jacks still have all 3 timeouts left, so they're able to score here, only down 1 score and get a quick stop on the Tigers. They still have a good puncher's chance in this game.
Yeah, plenty of time, folks. 7:05. I mean, the third quarter went by quick, but it, started to slow down a little bit more of a high school pace here. But a good opportunity. Can they capitalize on that successful play as they're down to the 37? Plenty of time here for North Tonawanda. They got to get on the board first, put some pressure on Amherst. So after the solid run by Johnson, 1st and 10 from the 37, midway through this fourth quarter. Reisman rolling left, and a catch is made by Plus. Not going to get much, but it will be a completion.
Yeah, another play to the outside, but that time the Tigers sniffing out. That was play a little harder for Reiselman, who was going to the left side rather than the right.
Francis, here we go. Hurry up offense. Reisman under center again. And did we get him to jump? North Tonawanda coaches believe there was, but
ref shake his head no.
It was close. All right. Play clocks. Here we go. Reisman out to Wisniewski. Wisniewski catches it, and he's going to fall forward for a couple of yards. So on the screen pass, Wisniewski's going to gain a few and bring up a more manageable third down here. We've seen that screen play a lot from North Tonawanda tonight.
Yeah, we have, and it's to Wisniewski. Keep in mind, he's a basketball player, so going up high to make plays is not completely out of his realm.
Let me guess, he's a forward, right? Now here's Reisman on 3rd and 6. So it was a 4-yard gain. Reisman taking his time. Clock's ticking down to 5:50 remaining here in this fourth. Here's Heim up the middle, and he's tackled by a couple of Amherst players. I can tell you one of them in there was Ben Kirkland.
If you're Amherst, you'll take that every time. Now it's 4th down for North Tonawanda, and I don't know with 5.5 minutes left how many chances you're going to get if you're North Tonawanda. So they're going to take a timeout and talk about this.
Yeah, 4th down. They maybe gain a yard or two. We'll be right back here on WNY Flex.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Welcome back here to North Tonawanda High School with North Tonawanda Lumberjacks facing off against the Amherst Tigers in this Section 6 football matchup. So we have a 4th down and 5. Heim, who has gained a couple of good runs there, he can break one loose. He didn't there. So they try to get Heim up the middle. Francis, it didn't work. It's 4th and 5. They need points. They're going to go for it. What do we expect?
Well, first of all, they have to go for it,
Yes.
as I said before. I don't, even if you get the ball back, you're not going to have enough time for 2 scores. So, their best play's been inside, but personally, I would try to I would give you at least take the option to go outside with something, maybe a screen to Wisniewski, probably your best player.
All right, folks, so 4th and 5. North Tonawanda trailing by 2 touchdowns. They've had a good drive going here, but they're stuck here at the 32. Reisman's going to roll right. There's a flag. Looking to pass. He's got a man open. Is it caught? I believe it was, and it is. It's a 1st down. Great catch by number 13, Aiden Pless, as his defender was all over him. But there is a flag. Let's check it.
Flag. Looked like he was going NT. I didn't catch what the call was, though.
Let's see. There was a great throw by Reisman to Pless. But that flag is a killer. I believe it's going to push him back here. And Francis, they threw that flag quick once he rolled right.
I wonder if that was a pre-snap penalty. That's my only thought right now. See if he comes up with something.
Yep, so that's going to bring up another 4th down here. 4th and 10, the 5-yard penalty. So I believe it was an illegal shift. So 4th and 10, they got to get it again. Reisman's going to go back to pass. He's pressured. Ball's in the air. It won't matter nonetheless. It's a turnovers on down, the ball at the ground. Great pressure on the blitz by Emmanuel Patterson. A lot of the defensive line got in there as well. And a big defensive stop. And great pressure by the Tigers.
Yeah, up the middle. Let's talk about that nose tackle again. 77, Tyree Orange. He's been making a couple plays today, and he made a big one there. Just bringing that pressure, too much traffic in front of Reiselman to make a play. Keep in mind, Reiselman's a bit of a shorter guy, so if you put a lot of pressure on him, those big linemen, he's not going to be able to see much. And I think that time the pass just got knocked down.
And remember, we only have one game that we're going off of for Amherst. They gave up 21 points. So safe to say this is their best defensive effort, this year. But this is something, that they've always had in them that they could do.
Well, and they were facing a really good quarterback in Tyree Laws, who, he can throw it, and he has amazing legs as well.
And then the 3 turnovers today has hurt North Tonawanda. So 1st and 10, balls at the 43. We're down to 5:25, and we have a flag on the play.
Yeah, I think the outside linebacker was trying to jumped on the blitz, trying to time it out, mistimed.
Yeah, offsides on Van Valkenburg. So bring up a short 1st and 5 for the Tigers. Moves the ball up to the 48 of the Tigers, as that will stop the clock and the penalty. Pressure again coming on the right side. They're going to back off, hand off to McDuffie. McDuffie's going to find some space, powers through, 1st down, way more up to the 40, and a good run, as looking at about a 12-yard gain there by McDuffie.
And I think I can hear that wind start to pick up, and if the Tigers, you don't mind at all, you don't need to throw the football, just keep handing it off to McDuffie and Giordano up the middle, and you can put this game away.
It was a 12-yard run. Talk about McDuffie real quick. When he gets hit, the point of contact where they get his extra yards, it's been way more than you could ever imagine tonight.
Yeah, some guys, you hit them and they go down. That's not McDuffie. You have to get him and then count on it taking him another 3 yards, him going another 3 yards.
So 1st and 10 from the 40 after the 12-yard run by McDuffie. McDuffie's going to take it off again up the middle. McDuffie to 30, hits hard at the 25, but another solid run of about 15. And the secondary of North Tonawanda having to get in there and make that tackle.
I believe that was Anthony Swan who kind of laid that big hit. McDuffie probably would have hit the end zone if he wasn't hit there.
Yeah, and he went up high. Usually, you talk about going low on him, but it was a solid hit trying to maybe pop the ball loose. Clock's ticking here. But 1st and 10 from the 26. It's a 14-yard run. So McDuffie, you got to wonder what his stats are. He's had one heck of a night here. He had over 100 yards last week in the last time that they played. McDuffie's going to get another handoff. Fighting through, falls forward. He's going to gain a few as he ran to the right side. So it's 1st and 10 from the 26. Let's see where they mark him here as we hit the 4-minute mark. Has he been the most impressive player we've seen tonight?
Yeah, well, for sure. And you can tell by the how Coach Beckman has centered this offense around him. He's their feature back in their main set, but also in their Wildcat set that they've run, I would say, more than half of their snaps on. So clearly he is very impressive.
3-yard run, and that was a solid 3-yard gain, I'll tell you that. So 2nd and 7. McDuffie going to take it here with the direct snap. Finding some space, powers through to the right side, and finally taken down around 18. Under 5-6 yard gain for him. He's been, as Kevin Harlan says, sensational.
Yeah, as you said, he has. As we talked about earlier, high school football royalty in these parts of Western New York, related to Coach Steve McDuffie at Bennett, his son Isaiah, who is entering the NFL draft after a strong career at Boston College. Dylan McDuffie, of course, played at Sweet Home and St. Francis just a few years ago. And I believe Steve and his brother played high school and did very well around here as well.
2nd and 1 from the 22, 2:38 remaining. McDuffie going to take it to the left side, and he's wrapped up in a nice tackle by Simon Griscanas. But there is a flag. Is there a flag out there? Yes, holding. Well, it finally happened, Francis. I saw the yellow shoes, and it was the flag. But I saw the center's shoes. But there will be a holding call on Amherst.
Yeah, it's about the only thing you don't want right now if you're Coach Beckman.
Yeah, Kriskanis had the tackle, wrapped him up low. Good penetration from the defensive line for Tonawanda. So that's going to back him up 10 yards. There's 2:33 remaining in this fourth quarter. It's 14-0. We will recap, I should say, how this game went about in our quick post-game show. We'll go over those 2 touchdowns, Francis. It shouldn't take long. So 3rd and 12 from the 29. McDuffie's back there again. He's been the one getting a lot of the carries here in this fourth quarter. He gets another one up the middle and close to the 20.
Pretty much gains back the penalty
Yeah, he's
yardage.
going to get to the 20, so a 9-yard gain there. So that's going to bring up a manageable 4th down if they decide to go for it, which they probably should and probably will. But let's see. We've seen stranger things, right?
Yeah, they are going to go for it. Obviously, you're right at the 20. So just take your time, and at this point, you can pretty much run anything you want to as long as it's not a pass.
You know what I want to see? I want to see a field goal.
Well, Hobbiel has a pretty good leg. I don't know if it's that good.
Yeah, because that's about about 35?
Yeah, it'll be about 35 yards.
But they've run the ball so well. So 4th and 3. Let's see if they can do it here. North Tonawanda showing blitz from the outside. And whistle timeout Amherst. Okay, quick timeout. 1:17 remaining. 14-0 Tigers.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you call on the Wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
All right, welcome back to WNY Athletics. Francis Beck, Joe D'Angelo here on the call. It's 14-0, 1:17 remaining. Let's do a quick scoreboard, Francis. Giants up 2-0 over the Phillies. Cardinals up 4-0 in the top of the fourth. Rays and Royals 0-0. That one's just about getting in the way. Let's go to hockey, see if we have any scores there. Lightning up 2-0 in the second. Panthers up 2-0 in the second as well. And the Stars and Red Wings 1-0 in the second. A couple games later on tonight. So a quick scoreboard around the league. What's going on around St. Francis, though? How's that game going?
You know, right now I just pulled it up our feed. Right now they're in a commercial.
Of course they are.
Yeah, of course. So I'll check to see after this play if there's a score on Twitter. They might be in halftime.
All right, so 1:17. Here's a 4th and 3, folks. McDuffie going to take another direct snap. Will he get the first down? He will. Another solid run by McDuffie. So as we approach the 1-minute marker, we have a whistle, I believe. Clock did stop. I know he got more than enough, right, Francis?
To be honest, I was looking up the score, so I didn't
no,
watch.
It's okay. Okay, yeah, he got the first down, folks. Yeah, so we did get that right. Yeah, let's if we can get an update on that.
Yeah, it
that'd be
looks
great.
like 4 minutes ago, Red Raiders lead 28-0 over Western New York Maritime Charter. 17 seconds left in the half.
Wow, great first half for the Red Raiders. They lost their starting quarterback, Jacob Ritz, who had just been outstanding the last 2 years, winning a Monsignor Martin championship and falling to Canisius in the one. But due to COVID, just being a senior, they moved to Florida, and big win here, or big first half for St. Francis with that 28-0 lead, as Tiberi will kneel it here with 25 seconds to go in this fourth quarter with the 14-0 lead.
Yeah, hard-fought game by both teams, but it's the Tigers doing a great job tonight, taking advantage of the turnovers.
Yeah, 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions. The one was near the end of the half, but the one interception did lead to a touchdown. But really, the killer here was that fumble as the final Oren hits. 14-0 is the final for Amherst. That fumble by Reisman that went through his hands and recovered by Brad Johnson really was the nail in the coffin. but a great defensive effort by both teams. I mean, North Tonawanda only gave up 14 points, and 7 of them were defensive points.
Yeah, so great job by the North Tonawanda defense. Unfortunately, the offense just couldn't get enough going tonight to put together a score.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Francis and I will be back together tomorrow night for East Shore and West Seneca East.
And be sure to tune in. I believe they're at halftime now. Western York Maritime at St. Francis. Last check, as we said, 28-0, the Red Raiders. But that game's going to be at halftime. I think we're going to have a fun second half down there.
For sure. For Francis Beck, I'm Joe Daniels saying good night for North Tonawanda. Amherst with the 14-0 win here against the Lumberjacks.